this video, we will be studying about the continuity over an interval. So, we will be considering two cases here. One is open interval and another one will be the closed interval. So, for the function, if I consider the function f of x, it is said to be continuous over an open interval a comma b. This is an open interval. I have explained you about the open interval, closed interval, semi-open interval in my previous video. Okay, so it is said to be continuous in this open interval if it is continuous at every point in this interval. So in open interval, you know that this a and b, the start and the end points, these are not considered. So between a and b, it should be continuous at every point. So if I consider the closed interval, so closed interval, it will be represented inside the square brackets. Okay, so here it is said to be continuous in this closed interval if it satisfies the following condition. One thing, the function, it should be defined in that particular interval. The second one is it should be continuous over the interval a comma b. It should be continuous, means there should be no breaks, there should be no discontinuities. Okay, and the third one is if I consider this is a point A and this is a point B. Okay, I have a function f of x like this. So if I consider this point, okay, A, it should be right continuous at A. It should be continuous from the right at the point A. So I can consider limit x a plus f of x. Okay, that should be equal to f of a. And at B, if you consider, it should be continuous from the left at the point B. So limit x b minus f of x, that is equal to f of b. So one, it should be defined in that particular interval. Second one, it should be continuous over the interval a comma b. The third, at A it should be continuous from the right at point A, and at B it should be continuous from the left at point B. So it will be continuous over the open interval a comma b, and also at the extreme points or the end points a and b. It should be continuous at that points also when we are considering the closed interval, because in closed interval we will be including the start and end points too. For example, if I consider 2, 6, it includes all the points, that is 3, 4, 5, that is between 2 and 6, and also it includes 2 and 6. Okay, so this is about open interval and closed interval. So we will study about the graphs also, like how we will represent it and is that continuous or not in a particular interval. So first consider this graph. Okay, so if I consider an interval -5, -2. So now I am considering an open interval -5 and -2. So what happens? This is a -5, this is -2, right? So in between -5 and -2, can you see any break, jumps, any discontinuity? No, you are not finding any discontinuity. It is continuous. So this function f of x is continuous over this open interval -5 and -2. Like that, if I consider the closed interval -5, -2, that means now it is including this point. Okay, it is including. At -5, the function is defined, means -5 is included, right? So it is like this. So is this function continuous? Yes, this function is continuous because there is no break or jump here, and I can draw the graph from -5 to -2 without lifting my pen. And another one, I said it should be continuous from the right at point A. So if I consider this as A and this as B, it should be continuous from the right, right? See, here it should be continuous. That it is continuous. At this point, it should be continuous from the left. Yes, it is continuous. Now, if I consider another one interval, okay, -2 and 1. In this case, -2 is not included. Okay, so I can consider this. this is an open circle, this is a filled in circle. Filled in circle means that point is included, open circle means that point is not included. So here in this, okay, minus 2 is not included, means it starts next to minus 2. So minus 2 to 1, since this is an open interval, minus 2 and 1 are not included. So I can say till here, right? So this function is continuous over this open interval minus 2 comma 1 because I cannot see any jump or the discontinuity. But if I consider a closed interval minus 2 comma 1, now in this case minus 2 and 1 both are included. But see here the minus 2 is not included. This is an open circle, but it is continuous still minus 2. But at minus 2 it is not continuous because the value is here. So there is a break or discontinuity. So at this interval, the function f of x is not continuous. That means it is discontinuous over this closed interval. Okay. So this is all about this graph. Next we will come to this. F of x is equal to x square. That is for x 0 and 1. Okay. That is in between 0 and 1. And next is minus x plus 2 and then x square minus 3x plus 2. See, when we see this function f of x, I can say f of x is piecewise function because it has many pieces, right? It has many pieces, like 3 pieces it has. So this is a piecewise function. And remember, every polynomial function is a continuous function. So if I consider that particular intervals, x square is continuous, minus x plus 2 is continuous, x square minus 3x plus 2 also is continuous. But we have to check at the points where the function is changing its values, that is at 1, 2 and 3, right? So at that point the function is changing the values. So if it is continuous or not, we will get to know by considering those points. Here I have drawn this graph here, okay, x square, and this is f of x is equal to, this is x square, this is minus x plus 2, that is a straight line with the slope minus 1, then you have x square minus 3x plus 2. I have drawn this, and from the limits, you can see here 0 is included and also 3 is included, right? 0 is included, 3 is also included. Now if I consider the closed interval 0, 3, then I can say this function is continuous because from 0 till 3, I can draw this graph without lifting my pen. So 0 is also included, 3 is also included. If I had something like this, okay, and then it starts from this function like this, then it would have been discontinuous in this interval 0, 3 because there will be a discontinuity or the jump, and the 3 will not be included in this particular graph. Okay. So every polynomial function will be a continuous function in their intervals. So at the point where it is changing the values, we have to find it out. Next, we will take one example. Y is equal to square root of 1 minus x square. Okay. Now I will take the square on both the sides. So squaring on both the sides, 1 minus x square. So x square plus y square, that is equal to 1. You know, this is an equation of a circle. This is a circle with radius 1. Since I have taken the positive value, I will consider only the half circle, above half circle. Okay, so this is a continuous function, right? Yes, it is continuous from the right at this point, and at this point it is continuous from the left. So this function is continuous. So we can consider y is equal to square root of 1 minus, If I consider x is equal to minus 1, that will be 0. Okay, that will be 0. And if I consider limit extending to, okay, extending to minus 1, that is from right side. If I consider square root of 1 minus x square, that same thing, it will be, okay, 0. It is continuous from the right at the point minus 1. So this is continuous function. If I consider y is equal to square root of x, y is equal to square root of x, what happens? If I consider from 0 to infinity, from 0 to infinity, if I consider, okay, at 4 it will be equal to 2, the value will be 2, okay, at 1 it will be equal to 1 itself, okay, so it goes on like this. This function is continuous, okay, till infinity. If you consider this function, it goes on, okay, that will be continuous. So it is continuous over the half interval, right? But if I consider y is equal to square root of minus x, it will be continuous from minus infinity to 0, okay. So this is all about the continuity over an interval. So one thing we studied is open interval, another one is the closed interval. So open interval a comma b, this is closed interval a comma b, and we also studied the conditions to be satisfied for the function f of x to be continuous over the closed interval. Okay, that it should be continuous in the interval a comma b, and also I said that at a it should be continuous from the right, and at b it should be continuous from the left. Okay, then we took two graphs and I explained you what happens at every point and where it will be continuous, in which interval it will be discontinuous. Okay. We'll consider one more example for continuity. So I have defined this function f of x. Okay, that is x square for x which is greater than or equal to 0 and less than 1, and 2x minus 1 for x which is greater than or equal to 1 and less than 2, x plus 3 for x greater than or equal to 2. Okay, so we will define it like mathematical. We will see whether this function is continuous or not. I said every polynomial function, it will be continuous in its own intervals, but now we have to check the points, okay, where the function is changing its values. Okay, it is changing values at 1 and also at 2. So we will be considering at 1 and 2. Okay, so at 1. So one thing you remember, function that is at 1, it will be equal to 2x minus 1, where x is equal to 1. So 2, 1 minus 1, that is equal to 1. Okay, so if I consider the left hand limit, okay, if I consider the left hand limit, that is less than 1, it will be x square. So if I substitute x as 1, it will be 1. If I consider the right hand limit, okay, right hand limit, it will be 2x minus 1, then it is 1. So we can see the left hand limit, that is equal to right hand limit, that is equal to f of 1. So this function is continuous at x is equal to 1. Okay, so at the changing point 1, we found it that the function is continuous. Now I will consider at x is equal to 2, the function f of 2 will be equal to, see, at x is equal to 2, x plus 3, so it is 2 plus 3, that is equal to 5. Now if I consider the left hand limit, that is limit x 2 minus, so left hand limit will be 2x minus 1. So if I substitute x is equal to 2, that will be 2 to the 4 minus 1, that is equal to 3. If I consider right hand limit, that will be equal to your 5. So now you see that left hand limit is not equal to your right hand limit. So this function is not continuous at x is equal to 2. Okay.